Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, you are doing well today. My name is Mr. Charles for the ones that do not know me. Just in case you do not have a paper, I suggest to go get a piece of paper and a pencil. Today, what we're going to do is learn about slope. For the overview is we're going to learn what the slope-intercept form is, how to calculate slope from 2 points and also a graph, and to calculate the slope to find the equation. Slope-intercept form. This form is able to give us the slope and the y-intercept. The slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So to find the slope, if it's in this form, I know my slope is next to x, which is the m value. This tells me my slope or my rate of change. B value tells me the y-intercept. Now we're going to identify from an equation. If they give me the equation y equals 3x plus 5, I know it's in slope-intercept form because y is by itself on the left side. From here, I'm going to try to locate my slope, which is next to the x value. That would be the 3. So I know my slope is equal to 3. My b value or my y-intercept would be the 5, the integer that's by itself. Now you go ahead and try y equals 4x plus 5. The 4 is going to be my slope because it's next to the x value. The 5 is going to be my y-intercept because it's the integer by itself. There are 4 rules to finding the slope. The first one is finding 2 bullseye points, inputting it into a table, drawing arrows going the same direction for both x and y, then setting up delta y over delta x, which means changing y over changing x. If I'm trying to find the slope from 2 points, what I'm going to do first is label my points. I know 2 comma negative 3 is going to be x1, y1. I know 5 comma 9 is going to be x2, y2. I'm going to set up my table and input x and y, and also input my points to negative 3, 5, and 9. I'm going to draw my arrows going the same direction, which I'm going to choose to go down. I'm going to set up delta y over delta x. And I know this is equal to changing y over change of x. So changing y is in my numerator spot, which would be these numbers right here, 9 minus negative 3. And for my x values, they're going to go in my denominator spot, which is 5 minus 2. I know 9 minus negative 3. When I subtract the negative, I know I have to make that into a positive. So that's equal to 9 plus 3. 9 plus 3 is equal to 12. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. Now you go ahead and try the next one. Just to check your work, you label your points x1, y1, x2, y2, set up a table, x, y, you input your points, 1, negative 1, negative 4, 11. You draw your arrows going the same direction. You're going to set up delta y over delta x, which I know this is equal to 11 minus negative 1, negative 4 minus 1. I know when I subtract a negative, so 11 minus negative 1, it turns into a positive. So 11 plus 1 is equal to 12. Negative 4 minus 1 is equal to negative 5. I cannot simplify this, so this is my slope. Now we're going to learn how to find the slope from a graph. When given a graph, the first thing I'm going to do is find 2 bullseye points. The points I'm going to choose are 4 comma 2 and 6 comma 5. To find the slope, I'm going to write down the 2 points and label them. So I'm going to put x and y1 for 4 comma 2, and then I'm going to put x2, y2 for 6 comma 5. I'm going to set up my table with x and y, and then I'm going to input my points, which is 4, 2, 6, 5. And now I'm going to draw my arrows. Just make sure both of them are going in the same direction. Now, delta y over delta x. I know this is equal to 5 minus 2. My delta x will be equal to 6 minus 4. That's equal to 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. And I cannot simplify this, so this is my slope. Now you go ahead and try to find the slope for this graph. To double check your work, remember we have to find two bullseye points. I chose 2, 0, 3, 2, or you could use 4, 4. I'm going to write them down and I'm going to label them x1, y1, x2, y2, and put them in a table. Draw my arrows. Then I'm going to set up delta y over delta x, which is equal to 2 minus 0, 3 minus 2, which is equal to 2 over 1, which we could reduce it to 2. Now from these problems, we're going to make an equation. We know it's y equals mx plus b. So the first thing I know from the problem we just did, I know my slope is 3 over 2. I know I could use whatever points I have. I'm going to decide to use 4, 2. And remember, I'm going to label it x1, y1. Next thing, I know I have a slope and a point. So the best formula to use is point slope form, which is right here. Now that I have this form, all I need to do is substitute. So first thing, they don't give me a y, so I'm just going to write y. Minus y1 I know is equal to 2. So equal m is my slope, which is 3 over 2. Parentheses x, I don't have an x. Minus x1, I know it's 4. Parentheses. From here, I'm going to try to simplify my left and my right side. So my left side, I can't do nothing. So all I'm going to do is write it down, y minus 2 equals. But for my right side, I could simplify by distributing. So I'm going to distribute the 3 over 2 times everything inside the parentheses. So 3 over 2 times x, I know that's 3 over 2x. 3 over 2 times negative 4, I know that's going to be negative 6. Now that everything's simplified on both sides, I know I want to get my y by itself. In order to do that, I'm going to draw my line straight down the middle on the equal sign. And the thing that's blocking my y is going to be my minus 2. So the opposite of minus 2 is positive 2. So if I add 2 to one side, I have to add 2 to the other side. Draw my line. So I know negative 2 plus 2, that's 0 pair. They cancel out. So all I have left on my left side is my y. So y equals, I haven't done nothing to the 3 over 2x, so I'm going to bring that down. Negative 6 plus 2 would give me negative 4. And that's my equation. Now you go ahead and try to find the equation for this one. To check your work, here's your answer. Now that you have finished this, you should have some Khan Academy assignments you need to do. If you have any questions, just let us know.